Hello there. Right guys, hello. I haven't made a video in a while. I'm so sorry. I'm back again and I'm going to talk about Black Series today. In the last video I talked about the new TVC wave, which was pretty cool, and I'm sold out already. A lot of things to discuss today. I've been apologize if I haven't had so much of a presence on social media, because I've been scaling back my side of the company to allow for Queenie to expand, and I've been encouraging her to sell more, you know, domestically here in Southeast Asia. It's become increasingly more difficult for us to you know, get what we want from Hasbro, and I'm sure everybody, you all know the situation worldwide, you know, with the distribution issues, and you put your orders in and then they get cut to shreds, and we've been through so many different suppliers, but we're quite happy with the suppliers we have right now, because, you know, even though we do still, you know, get orders cut, they don't get cut by so much, and also they are polite, and we have like a pretty decent relationship with them, so and they don't give us false hope and say, yeah, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you, and then it's just like hot air, you know, and then there's nothing. So kind of happy with that. Also recently I've had my own personal issues because most of you know I had Tourette's syndrome and I get very sick. Sometimes I can manage my tics and keep everything nice and, you know, under control, but sometimes they would just flare up and get really bad for no reason whatsoever. It's very unpredictable, and just recently it's gotten so bad that I haven't really been able to make any videos, and I haven't been able to reach out and talk to people. I've been quite isolated. I've even started a new channel so I can talk about mental health topics and just talk about some of the shit I've been through. It's called the Broken Amygdala, and there's a couple of guys action figure collectors, so I just want to say hello to them. Joseph from Canada, who also suffers from tics and OCD as well, my bro, keep on trucking. He makes me laugh and he keeps my spirits high. And another guy called Vinny as well. Both of them have started following my other channel and they just crack me up. You guys, thank you so much, because me being here in Southeast Asia as well, like, I feel like I'm really cut off as well. I don't know if I've told anyone this before, but I don't have a family, so it's like I don't have a mum or a dad or anyone to go to. They are in the UK. They, you know, mum, dad's still alive. I've got a brother and a sister and cousins and stuff, but I've been cut out of my family. You know, I've been told not to make contact with them because of the. It's a long story, but you know, when I was younger and I was growing up, I was never diagnosed, and I had all kinds of behavioural problems, and my parents just swept it under the carpet, and they would just punish me for my symptoms, and so that led to all kinds of issues. So yeah, I'm out of the circle. It's like that movie, Meet the Fuckers. I'm like Greg. It's like I'm not in the circle of trust, which leads to pain and depression, you know, because, you know, everyone needs a family, right? And so that's another thing that I have to deal with. But anyway, let's get on with the show, and I'll show you what I've got that's new, that I'm going to have to go out of camera range and go pick up the new Black Series wave. Very exciting. Hang on. Alright, so this is the one everybody's excited about, right? And this is the hot seller. It's Pre Vizsla from the Clone Wars, and the voice was Jon Favreau. Thank you. Someone confirmed that for me in the comment section in the last video. Thank you very much. And he's really evil. Like, he's not a nice guy in the Clone Wars. And the one thing that I love about this figure is just, it's got all that Mandalorian armor on it and more. It's chunky, it's heavy. The helmet design is different from what we've seen before. The face sculpt, you know, he's got like the shaved head, he's got the scar across his face. It's just, everything about this is brilliant. He's even got the, you know, the dark saber down here. The accessories in this this should be the normal standard for Black Series, you know, like, just loving this. This is just gonna be one of those like Captain Rex figures again. You know, like, it's going to be very, the demand for this will just outstrip the supply, and it's going to go for a crazy amount of money. I don't have enough to sell any overseas, and I'm trying to help the collectors in Taiwan, and even that's proving quite difficult. You know, this guy's so hot. So Pre Vizsla is my #1 pick right from that wave. It's just freaking awesome, man. I don't want to open it. I want to keep it mint and sealed in the case, because now we got the windows back, right? So you guys, like, I'm just so happy because I used to be a mint inbox collector. I love the windows, you know, and if I had enough money, I mean, I'd get one and keep it in the case, and I'd get another one and I'd put it out on my spinny table and have him posing, and that would be cool too. But I just feel really happy because Hasbro put the windows back in. Thank you very much. It's not often I say nice things about Hasbro. Right, next one, which is the #2 hottest in this set, is this guy here, the Inquisitor. Okay, Marrok. He's absolutely freaking awesome. Comes with a very nice soft fabric cape. I like that a lot. I like the rusty effects, paint effects on his armor, and he's got the double-bladed lightsaber with the hilt, the Inquisitor hilt. Like if you've watched Ahsoka, man, freaking awesome character. This blew my mind. He's one of my favorite Inquisitors of all time. I love this guy. I really like the Inquisitor from the first Jedi Fallen Order game. Actually, I can't remember her name, but she was called, was it Ninth Sister, and she was the first ever Inquisitor to come out in the Black series, and now it's very difficult to get hold of her. She's in the old black and the black and red box with the windows, and she's really nice. I really just like to collect any Inquisitor, and I'm fascinated by them. Yeah, it's like the Spanish Inquisition. So this guy is #2 on my list, right, for hot picks for this wave. Is really nice, and again, very hard to get hold of because there's just way too many people who want it, and again, Hasbro, they don't give you enough. Right, let's go to the next one. Right, the third most popular in this wave, and there are 5 in this wave. This guy is bloody awesome, and probably one of my favorite droids of all time. Okay, so this is Professor Huang, and he does come with like some really cool accessories as well, and he's got a little bit, I don't know, no, there's no, I thought that he has like this tool belt, right? Because from if you've watched the animation, the Clone Wars, he's the guy that teaches the young Padawan how to assemble their lightsabers, put them together, and he's got all this knowledge of the Force and stuff, right? Actually, his tool belt is like quite a thick plastic. It's not, I thought it was soft goods, but it's not. But I really do like this very, very much. And he's put this, like the backpack it slots into the back, and he's got those little arms that come out, which I think are really hilarious. So this is #3, and I think this guy's selling really well, and it's not as difficult to get hold of this guy as it is the other 2 I just mentioned, all right? And in terms of, there's actually 2 droids in this wave, right? We've got R2-D2 as well. So if you like droids and you like the Black series, like, you're going to be happy with this wave very much, okay? So that's #3. Right, the next one is Hera. So, sorry, General Syndulla, okay, of the New Republic, and she's very popular as well. And there are let me just say this, there are 0 peg warmers in this wave, okay? So Hasbro, thank you again. So I've just said thank you to Hasbro 2 times in one video. That's too much Prozac. Yeah, she's awesome, man. This is actually Ewan McGregor's wife. Okay, the actress who plays Hera, absolutely brilliant. I love Ahsoka. I've got to watch it again. I've got to do one of those marathon binge watches where you just watch all of them together. Yeah, and this, I like the old Syndulla as well, like the old animation Rebels figures that the Black series originally came out with. They're pretty good too. So I'm thinking I might pick up, because I don't have animation Rebels Hera. I might get one soon just to go with her, you know, because they look good together on the shelf, right? It's kind of weird how she has these goggles, but she never wears them though. He's like, can someone answer that question? And in the animation in Rebels, are there any Rebels fans here? Does she actually, when she's piloting, does she actually wear those goggles, or they just kind of just sit there? She looks like a World War II, you know, like bomber pilot, and she's going on some mission, you know, over Germany to bomb a factory. It's on one of those Lancaster bomber, you know, headpieces that they wear from the Second World War. But pretty cool. I like her flight jacket and everything. Very, very nice. Again, Hera. And she... she's... what species is that? What do you call that? I can't remember. Oh my god! I can't even remember what species this is. Shame on me, Star Wars fan. Right, the other one is we got two droids. We got R2D2. Now the reason why R2D2 was I was just like, I don't want to say he's the least popular in the wave, because every single one of these is selling like crazy. So they're all popular, but it's just that we recently had the Return of the Jedi, the 40th anniversary card backs, right? That last final wave, the third wave with Luke, and then we had Darth Vader with his removable helmet. Oh, I love you, my son. You have saved me. And we had the Royal Guard, and R2D2 was actually in that wave on a card back. So I think a lot of collectors already grabbed that because they were like, wow. And this is a much bigger scaled version of R2D2. So this is basically repacked. But again, there are, people who are inbox collectors and they just like to put all these, the pictures side by side and have that nice collage there. What do you call that? Collage? I can't remember the name for that either. I've been taking too much Xanax. It's playing with my memory. My short-term memory is just completely screwed. I've been taking too much Xanax lately because when my tics, my Tourette's gets like really bad, the Xanax helps me to kind of not shut down but suppress my central nervous system, so it kind of helps calm me down with my tics. But the side effect is short-term memory loss. It can get quite bad. Right, anyway, R2D2 is brilliant. So that's the new wave which I have in my store, but unfortunately, I'm not able to sell it overseas because we just don't have enough. And I'm struggling even to get, to help the Taiwanese collectors, to be honest with you. Right, let's move on to the next thing I wanted to talk about. So I managed to get, because my store recently was just a bloody mess. It was just this really long, crappy, boring menu. It was just, you'd have to scroll for like 30 minutes to reach the bottom of it. So I finally found some free time and I separated all the different lines into different pages on my blog sites. And now you're like, okay, G.I. Joe's over here, Star Wars over here, Indiana Jones over here, Marvel over here. So I've got some old vintage stuff that I'm trying to sell as well. So I've got like maybe 4 or 5 different pages on my blog site now, so you can go check that out. Link is always in the description below. Okay, and so if I find something in Taiwan, I think, now that was a really good figure. I don't have any more in stock, but I know that people will be really interested in it. And I'm talking about not just people in Taiwan. I'm talking about collectors overseas. So we got news. This was really exciting. Okay, so London had a Comic-Con, right? And we got the new reveal of the 187th Battalion Clone Trooper with Mace Windu, and I was just freaking out when I saw that, because I was like, okay, that is a double pack that I can appreciate, right? It's not carbonized, thank you. And it's not a repack either, okay? It just feels like it's something fresh and new. And it's got different colors on... This is the original one that came out, that everybody loved, all right? The 187th Battalion. But a lot of people were like, why is it this color? Because it's more of a kind of a purpley, tint to it, hue. And so that new one that's in the double pack is, it's the same battalion, but he's just got a different color, and it looks absolutely brilliant. I think it's going to be super popular. Hasbro, please. And it's got a window as well, so just do that, Hasbro. Just stop with the carbonized, like Ned B and the Purge Trooper. Just stop it, all right? Time out. Do that. And I think the Black Series collectors will love you for it. So anyway, that was what I wanted to say, because I was very excited about that, and I have no idea. I'm so sorry. People have been asking me, Gary, do you have it? Has it come out yet? No, of course not. This is not... I don't live in China, okay? I live in Taiwan, the Republic of China, which is... We're an island nearby China. We're next to the Philippines and Japan. But we're not actually... this is not Hong Kong. We're not actually in mainland China where... I can just go and knock on the door and say, hey, is this a factory with some Hasbro stuff? Can I borrow some figures? I can't do that, okay? So it comes out when it comes out, and I can't control the distribution, you know? It's not something I can control, but I don't mind you guys asking me the question. It's fine, it's okay. I know you're like super excited and you're like, I gotta have one, when's it coming? Something else that I bought recently, which I thought was really cool, and this is an oldie. I've got two figures here that are like oldie but goodie, alright? Is Admiral Pet. You remember this one? Oh god, this is good. The Imperial officer from Return of the Jedi, and he's also in The Empire Strikes Back, right? So I'm not sure which version this is. And there's no number on the side because he was an exclusive. So I really liked General Veers and this guy. They were my two favourite Imperial officers from this line. I absolutely love them. I don't have General Veers. I wish I could get him. He is now worth a lot of money. If you can find General Veers. Oh my goodness me. And then the last one. Where's it gone? Wait a minute. Oh, we got the Archive series. I found a dude who was selling this. And I'm like, every time I see this come up, I'm like, buy. The original Boba Fett, the very first Boba Fett that was released from, I can't remember, was it the orange line or the blue line? So it's the same mold, but they put it into that archive line, right? And I just love this. There's something really nostalgic and special about this. It's kind of like when because I recently showed you in a video, I got Greedo. Oh, he's around here somewhere. I got Greedo from the orange line, and I was so overwhelmed by it. I was like, man, this is like 10, 11 years old. I'm going to start collecting all of those orange line figures now, because to be honest with you, now the discussion with the Black Series is we should be using the term vintage, right? Just like we say, well, back in the old days, you know, Kenner, with, you know, vintage Kenner. Okay, but the Black Series now is pretty old when you think about it. It's over a decade. So those original ones that are in really, really mint condition, they came out in the orange line. And some of them are quite special and unique. They were like SDC ones as well. Those, if you can pick them up and they're in perfect condition, honestly, they're vintage. To me now, I feel like that's vintage, and they should demand a very high price on the secondary market. All right, you know, if you're really like serious collector, these should be serious money. This is brilliant. I love this so much. All right, I'm gonna put this on the store. I got a couple, so I'm gonna keep one for myself, and I'm gonna put every time I do find something, I usually ask the seller, "Do you have more than two?" I try to get like a few, because I don't just want to put one up on the store, you know, and most of the time I want to get one for myself. The other thing that happened recently was we got another shipper box. Like it's so weird when you open a case of Hasbro and you're like, what's inside? And then you open it and it's like a box. This is a box in a box, and you're like, what is it? And it's I didn't know this was going to come out. It just dropped suddenly. Nunchucks, okay. So a lot of people have been asking me, Gary, what happened to G.I. Joe all of a sudden? You just stopped selling it? No, we have tons of G.I. Joe in the store. It's just we haven't had anything new recently. Okay, that's it. And I'm sure that like maybe this month, because now I'm recording this, it's the 1st of November. This month, November and December, we'll probably get that new wave in. We'll get like a ton of like exclusive stuff. So don't worry, it's going to come in, and you guys can ask me for it. And yeah, but number 80, okay, Nunchucks. What's his real name anyway? Ralph. That's not a very macho name, is it? Ralph. Anyway, Ralph Baducci. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not into the lore of G.I. Joe. I watched that movie with who was in that G.I. Joe movie about 10 years ago. I remember that was pretty good. That's the only one I know that, and I know Snake Eyes. I really need to brush up on my G.I. Joe knowledge, so sorry. Is there anything else to talk about today? Let me have a look around on my desk. Not much. Queenie's out at the moment. She's shipping. That's all she does. Is her life is just running to and from, you know, shipping services. So any questions, just put them in the comment section below about what we've discussed today. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell and smash the like button, okay? Let's get my channel up to 3,000 now. It's about time. And I'll start making some more regular videos. Oh shit, there was one more thing I was going to mention today, but I'm going to leave it for next time. Just to tease you. Right, so I'll do the next video, I'll go back to TVC again. You saw nothing. Bye-bye.